Hey y'all, welcome to this week's episode of the Coastal Cast, your quick hit on what's coming weather-wise along the Grand Strand. I'm breaking down this week's forecast, tracking any storm potential and keeping you one step ahead of what's heading our way. Today's episode is brought to you by Houston Shine Auto Detailing, Myrtle Beach's go-to for that showroom finish. If you're watching this early on Patreon, I sincerely thank you for becoming a member and for your support. So let's dive right into this week's forecast. A marginal risk of severe weather is in place here from the Storm Prediction Center moving into Monday for our area here along the Grand Strand. This is going to be affecting over 6 million people, all the way covering 63,466 square miles. So, pretty large area here from northeastern North Carolina all the way down to Apalachicola, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Savannah. Everybody's covered in that marginal risk. Now, is this a widespread severe event? I don't believe so, and I'll explain why here in a little while. But there are some little areas that I am a little bit concerned about looking at some models here for that potential of that severe thunderstorm tornado risk here. And we do have the ingredients in place to produce some of those items here as we move through. But I do feel like, as with any cold front coming through our area this time of year, the damaging wind threat is going to be our number one possibility there. Now, as far as risks here go on the probabilistic here, we're looking at a 5% probability of severe weather here. That includes that tornado, hail, and wind risk. I think most of that risk is going to be the hail or the wind risk here in this brown area here, covering most of the eastern portions of the United States from North Carolina all the way to Florida. Let's talk as we always do. We'll go in here and we will check out some models here. So we're going to start at the upper levels here and kind of show you what's going on with this trough that we're looking at here over the right now it's over the Mississippi Valley here out at Sunday. So right now I'm starting at about 4 p.m. on Sunday, 4 or 5 p.m. on Sunday, and working my way through here. So you can see what we're dealing with here is not this huge deep trough that these bowling ball troughs that we've been dealing with, negatively tilted. This one here, we have more of a positively tilted trough here going into Sunday and producing some of these little short waves here out across. If you can see these little short waves, and if we go to the 700 millibar, you can really kind of see those short waves taking place here. There's a short wave, there's another short wave, and those are what's producing and helping to produce this tornado outbreak that we've been seeing all week long across the United States here. It started Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and again today on Saturday. So it's been a very long week for people in Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, even up into the Ohio Valley and down into Mississippi as well, and parts of Texas as well. Yesterday, parts of Texas received some pretty nasty tornado warnings and some PDS tornadoes yesterday as well. So definitely keeping an eye on things for them here today as we go through. What I'm looking at here for Monday, this is Monday at 7 a.m. We do have some 48 knot winds out west of Columbia towards the western portions of the state. Now, this is winds several thousand feet off of the ground here, so not too far up in. When we start getting into the early evening, we start to see these winds here, 42 to 45 knots here, just out around that Columbia area. And when we start looking at other models here, if we cut into our main models, we can take a peek at what that looks like. Let me turn off these severe things here so we can kind of take a close look at what our models will look like here. As far as what I'm seeing, we're going to start with the composite reflectivity, and we're going to run this out to Monday. We can even start seeing some showers here into the evening hours on Sunday here for Greenville. Showers and storms start moving in. And by 2 a.m., we've got some pretty steady line of showers and storms here out east of the Greenville area, heading in towards the Columbia area at that time. Um, and by 11 a.m. here, we've got a significant line of showers and storms here. Pretty heavy rain here in the Greenville area, heading east into the Columbia area as well. As we get out into 5 p.m., I am watching particularly this area right here, just east of Columbia, the Orangeburg area of South Carolina, and Moncks Corner, Manning, that 95 corridor. I do believe that if we're going to see severe weather, including tornado risk, it's going to be in this area here in the late afternoon, early evening time frame. Not saying that we can't see something pop up here along the Grand Strand as well, out in front of this main line. But I think the likelihood of seeing some severe weather is going to be in these portions here along the 95 corridor, and either just slightly west or slightly east of that. But damaging winds, we can't rule out the damaging wind threat here along the Grand Strand as well. Timing here between, I'd say, 4 to 6. We should start seeing some showers and storms move in to the Conway area, and then eventually to the Grand Strand between 7 and 8 p.m. Even out at 8 p.m., we've got a heavy line of rain here that's working through the Whiteville, Burgaw, Loris, down into Myrtle Beach area as well. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on these areas. And eventually by 2, 3 a.m., everything's out of here. We start to clear out, and then we're on to a beautiful week ahead. And we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast here in a few minutes here. But I want to show you kind of why I am looking at the possibility of that tornado, and why I'm kind of nervous about just a certain area here. And we'll start with the ingredients. So this is our storm fuel. So if we look out here around 5 p.m., the areas that I'm watching, we've got relatively enhanced amount of storm fuel here. So if we look at the numbers here, we are looking at anywhere between 1,100 to 1,400 joules per kilogram of storm fuel. This is CAPE. So that is enough to produce severe thunderstorms and even a tornado or two when you mix that with wind shear. And the wind shear is the change of wind direction aloft. So as it goes up in the atmosphere, the direction of the wind changes, and that is called wind shear. So basically, with all of that combined, if you start layering all these other things on top here, so we started with the storm fuel, so we realize there is storm fuel there in place. We look at the supercell composite out here at 5 p.m., and you can see we've got some elevated numbers here. These bright greens are elevated numbers of supercell composite. So this is saying this is going to be the best place. The best case scenario for a supercell to develop would be around the Santee, Holly Hill, Manning, Orangeburg area, that 95 corridor portion of the day around 5 p.m. And then as well as the significant tornado parameter really ramps up here at 5 p.m., where we've got numbers, just crazy numbers, of, let me move in just a little bit further. So not too elevated, not too crazy, 2.3 on the significant tornado parameter, but definitely an area that we're going to be watching pretty close here. This is again around that Lake Marion area, so we definitely want to watch these areas for specific the tornado risk and the supercell risk. Now we can definitely, I'm not saying that we can't see that severe thunderstorm risk over in this area. All of these areas that you see highlighted do fall under that tornado and supercell parameter there. But the most significant area is going to be right in this area here. So we're going to be watching that pretty close. Again, this can change. We still have a little over 48 hours until this is going to be occurring. So we're going to be keeping a close eye. I will probably have live updates on this. And of course, we will be live chasing or even providing the radar coverage and discussing that and analyzing that radar as things start to unfold. So overall, Not looking like it's going to be a widespread severe event, but definitely something that we want to keep an eye on. And as you can see here, these leading edge of this line at 5 p.m. is going to be right in that Orangeburg, Manning, Sumter area. Again, as we get a little bit closer, we'll get some higher res models here. Probably tomorrow, we'll start to be looking at those higher res models and kind of really honing in on what the threats look like here as far as the severe threat goes. Overall, we're looking at some pretty dang good rainfall here over the next over the next 48 hours as far as Monday goes. So we can take a look at total precipitation here as we go through Monday and into Tuesday. So we can be looking, if I can get my stuff to work here, anywhere from, I'd say, 1 to 2 inches of rain. This NAM is being a little bit conservative. If we switch this to the GFS, we can pull that information up here, and we'll go out to, we'll take that out to Tuesday, 11 a.m. Tuesday, 11 a.m. There's an inch there. And then the euro. If we can get the euro to load, the euro does not want to load for me here. But anywhere, I'm going to tell you right now, anywhere from an inch to 2 inches of rain is possible throughout Monday and into Tuesday morning. So definitely some well-needed rain here. This is something we desperately need, and we're looking forward to out here. I wish we could get some of just a quarter of the rain that they're getting out here in the Jonesboro, Little Rock, Jackson, Tennessee, Bowling Green, Louisville, those areas, all seeing significant flooding over the past couple days. Uh, I do know that right now in Arkansas, there looks to around Little Rock right now. There's a flash flood emergency happening out there. We want to keep those people in their prayers. There is active tornadoes happening right now as we are recording this here at 2 p.m. and very dangerous situation for those folks out there. And weather moves west to east. We're not going to see anywhere near the amplified amount of severe weather that they're seeing out in those parts, but we can definitely expect the chance for severe weather on Monday. Very low chance, a very low tornado risk, but not zero. So things can change here as we go throughout the next couple days into Monday. But let's get through tomorrow. I will have an update tomorrow on that specific forecast for Monday and give you the final call on that forecast moving into Monday as far as the severe weather risk goes. Like I said before, I think our main risk here for severe weather is going to be those damaging wind threats, and you can't rule out some hail and the isolated severe thunderstorm tornado risk that may occur. But again, like I said, probably looking in this little bit east of Columbia, west of Conway area for that tornado risk, and west of Charleston into the Moncks Corner, Orangeburg, Santee, those areas of South Carolina. Mainly right now at this point. If this was the forecast today and I was chasing storms, that's where I would be. But we're gonna wait till those high res models come out and really take a close look at what's going on. So what are we looking like here out for the rest of the week here? Here's a look at our 5-day forecast. Monday, showers and storms, high 78. Tuesday, sunny. We are going to cool down a bit after that cold front. So enjoy your warm weather that you have this weekend because it's not going to stick around very long here. And then we cool off going into next week. Out Wednesday, sunny 63. Thursday, sunny 69. And then we warm up slightly, just a little bit more with some partly cloudy skies, partly sunny skies. Friday, high of 73. We're going to keep a close eye on everything that is coming here for the next couple days. I appreciate your support. Please head over to our YouTube channel and give us a like and subscribe over there. Hit that bell button so you receive notifications when and if we do go live on Monday. And as always, please make sure you follow our Patreon and become a member of Patreon. Any dollar that comes in there helps us. It provides us with money for gas and expenses for storm chasing, as well as everything that we put into these broadcasts for you guys to keep you aware of what's going on. For a very low amount every month, you can become a member and get exclusive behind the scenes information, including this early access to the Coastal Cast. We will release this today. It will go live on Facebook and YouTube Sunday night at 8 p.m. So as you can see, it'll be pretty outdated by the time you actually see it. So it'll be in your benefit to go ahead and become a member of our Patreon and support us with a small donation each month to receive up-to-date information as we kind of move through. And there will be special perks coming up here in the near future for those Patreon members as well as some sponsor giveaways and things like that as we move a little bit further into building that Patreon. So we appreciate you for joining us here today. That is all I have for you guys here on this week's episode of the Coastal Cast. As always, you stay safe, and I'll make sure you stay aware.